I love old PvP videos. There's something quite nostalgic about watching these PvP highlights from way back in vanilla that is really a time capsule of how WoW used to be and how culture as a whole was in the mid 2000s. You see, content creation back in the day is nowhere near as simple as it is today. For starters, recording game footage was a task in itself. Your best option back in the day was to use a piece of software called Fraps, which, with a bit of luck, you could record the game footage for a massive 30 seconds. If you wanted to record more, you had to buy a license. And remember, this is the best option you had at the time. Software like OBS didn't exist, which is so simple a monkey could capture game footage in 1080p. So even having WoW clips above 30 seconds put you far ahead of many other WoW content creators at the time. Videos back in the day were edited quite primitively, and even the most basic of editing software made you stand leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. Back in the day, it was quite rare to see any kind of decent WoW content. The good PvP videos stood out leaps and bounds, and became part of WoW culture. Here are the 5 most influential PvP videos in classic WoW. Maydie. It was physically impossible to watch Maydie and not want to roll a warrior. I was a rogue and was watching this video with envy. A rank 14 warrior and had weapons and gear that was so amazing, he was basically unstoppable. He just mowed down any horde that was in front of him. The crits were absolutely insane, and at the time the numbers were absolutely giant. Watching a character one-shot players with Mortal Strike and Double Attack was just amazing. It made the warrior class look like an unstoppable juggernaut, as not only did he have insane damage output and was like a raid boss unleashed in Warsong Gulch, but it was paired with insane durability. Warriors back in the day had an incredibly high health pool and armor rating, which gave Maydie a lot of survivability. That paired with a priest friend who was healing him from behind, and it just meant scrubs on the other side had no chance of winning. The editing in this video was also really good at the time. Vurtne. Vurtne was ahead of his time in terms of skill. This horde mage produced many videos beyond vanilla, however his first video really cemented his legacy as a skilled PvPer. He did many revolutionary things that very few people were doing at the time, such as using engineering to crowd control players. This was the first time ever I saw someone use grenades to stun players in PvP. He had an amazing sense of the power of the mage, taking full advantage of kiting, crowd control, and blink. Watching a Vurtne video is like a masterclass on how to play a mage in PvP back in the day. He definitely inspired a lot of players to get good. Swifty. Swifty is one of the few players on this list that are still playing, and Swifty regularly makes content on YouTube. His first video, Incredible Warrior Tricks, in a world where warriors are using two-handed weapons, Swifty showcased the power of dual-wield warriors. However, what made Swifty memorable was how he used unconventional tricks to gain advantages. Like the name suggested, they were incredible warrior tricks. One such trick was an offhand weapon called the Skull of Impending Doom, which he used to increase movement speed. When back in the day, very few abilities could increase your movement speed. Using this mid-level green quest reward item in PvP was something quite outside the box. In addition, he used a lot of trinkets and things that most people never even thought of using. Unbreakable. What is there to say about Unbreakable? Just watch this. The Unbreakable video wasn't so much a showcase of amazing skill like Vurtne. However, it was just a pure demonstration of how monstrous shamans can be in PvP. The insane one-shots of players you see is due to a vanilla Wind Fury proc. Wind Fury back in the day had a chance of giving you 2 extra swings and a 20% chance. That, in combination with the crazy overpowered two-handed mace Sulphurus, which had a fireball proc built into the weapon, and you have a recipe for instant ganks. He just made PvP look so simple. World of Roguecraft. This video was incredible. It had a bit of everything, showcasing PvP skill, funny skits, informational segments, and cool music. The World of Warcraft series had 3 videos. However, a common theme was the banter between the rogue and the warlock, often revolving around the rogue complaining that he was underpowered, and that the only reason he loses in PvP is due to imbalance. And the warlock responds by saying how rogues have it easy and warlocks have it the hardest. It also showcased how broken the properties of rogue stunlock builds are. The most crazy demonstration of this was showing a rogue using the worst weapon in the game, with no gear, and could beat players in full epics. He did this by using a specific build maximizing crowd control. I highly recommend you guys watching these videos, as even today they are still entertaining, as you will no longer see a rogue wearing no gear and the worst weapon in the game beats high level PvPers. That just doesn't happen anymore. Well, obviously there are going to be many other great PvPers that I haven't mentioned in this list, so I mean, there's guys like Drake Dog and other people like that. Keep in mind, most people's PvP videos started out with a blue and white text intro that is default to Windows Movie Maker. Listening to the original audio of most of these WoW videos back in the day will make you wonder if players listen to anything other than Linkin Park and Disturbed. And the answer is no. Most of these vanilla PvP videos have Linkin Park or Disturbed. Making content back in the day also had a unique problem. Where do you upload your video? Remember, this was back in the day when YouTube wasn't a thing, so most WoW videos like Machinima, PvP highlights, raid fights and more were uploaded to Warcraft movies, which 90% of the time required you to download the video to your hard drive, which a 10-minute video could take hours to download. So doing something as simple as watching a video was quite a big investment back in the day. YouTube has made this process infinitely easier. Now everyone and their mother is a creator on YouTube. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and take it easy.